So as we're going here into wrap up, I guess I'd ask quickly if both of you want to make just a quick comment or takeaway that you'd like to leave our audience with, and then maybe I'll do some right at the end. Gail, do you have final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll go first. Just to let Carrie have you and Carrie have the last word. But I think that just from what I would like to say from my practice in this area, from a legal perspective, is you really want to get good advice. You want to know what the responsibilities are, and you really, as a director, or even in selecting a trustee and in deciding how to go with evaluations, you really want to have a very robust process that you document so that you don't have, as the saying goes in ERISA, you don't have to be right, you just have to be prudent. And the way to show that you're prudent is to set up a robust process and document what you did.
Thanks, Gail. Carrie?
I agree with Gail. I mean, look, ESOPs, my comments is ESOPs should always be put on the menu. They're wonderful, wonderful vehicles to transition and exit a business. As we said, not everybody should do it, but it should be at least put on the menu as an option. And then just beware. If you're already part of an ESOP, I think there's a lot of good comments about governance and all that. But if you're, as some of the folks had said, they're looking at possibly becoming the ESOP company, buyer beware. This is not a product sale. This is an M&A transaction, and it's very, very important. It's easy to sell these things. Don't buy the sizzle. Don't let somebody tell you all the sizzle, and because boy, there's a lot of sizzle there. Don't buy the sizzle. Do your homework. Talk to multiple folks, and because what you don't want is the suits riding into town, having you established it now as an ESOP company, and the suits ride out of town, and now you're stuck with this thing that's a poor design, and you got to live with it. It can bankrupt your company. So beware. They're wonderful, but they got to be done right.
I think Carrie said it to us in the pre-work by saying, you don't want to have to say your baby is ugly. You want to be able to say it's a beautiful baby. You now have this new ESOP, and you can grow and thrive with it. I guess my final thought on this is reflecting back on why do I enjoy serving on ESOP boards? And in part, my perspective as an executive for years and as a director is that employees, in fact, are the greatest asset of any company. And there's something about serving an ESOP where it's explicit, right? People acknowledge, people talk about employees, even if we're technically participants, we talk about them as owners, we treat them as owners, we respect and listen to them as owners. And so you can go into that world and that's a fundamental, a given, as opposed to something you have to debate. And there's a delight in that, right? And I think there's a power that you see in the turnover numbers and the success of some of the ESOPs because they've tapped into that employee engagement. So all of the things we've talked about in terms of considerations and complexity, you should be aware of all of it. But there's a lot of joy in ESOPs and a lot of power. And I guess I would leave you with just a little note that today we were reading in the front page of the Financial Times on the way over here that CalSTRS just came out and was really challenging private equity to say, you need to give more of your wealth to your employees. And that's a powerful tool that all of private equity is missing. Maybe, with the KKR Industrial Group set off to one side of that, but there's a lot of power in it that I think as the world is recognizing it, this is going to be a more and more important tool for more and more companies to thrive.